Getting some funky nav pings here on Atalanta. The USBL positioning for Atalanta just got real jumpy.
Oh, okay. Looks like a little bit for Herc too.
Yeah. It was just a couple bad solutions.
It looks like both vehicles are sort of in a little bit of a alcove. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense.
Is there a chance we could get a zoom on that sea star that was on the bottom there? Ah.
Might be another little fish on the bottom right there.
No worries.
Jeff, do you see the fish in the right?
Max, you're getting good with your fish spotting.
Thank you. Zooming.
So this is a slime star?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy looking.
Oh, that is really cool. It's hard to tell it's a sea star. Okay, great. Well, while we're here, let's take a look at this coral too.
Push again.
Chris Kelly on the chat is saying that the Hormathiid we saw just a few minutes ago, that Venus flytrap anemone, is in the genus Phaleactis. And now we're looking at a primnoid coral.
Might be able to zoom a little more if you'd like.
Little brittle star in the branches to the left there. Yes, please.
Need a pull back zoom, right?
Do you mind if I try and line up your camera in the front? Just make sure it's not tilted to one side.
Right, do you mind if I reset the DVL? Okay.
Okay, so the actual problem is that the arm's just way out in the middle of everything.
Jeff, did we have a guess at that last small fish that we didn't zoom on? Were we able to tell what that might have been?
Oh, can we check out the sea cucumber right there? That looks like it might be a Nerophonta or something like that. The small fish, I didn't get a good enough look. I'm not sure.
Zooming.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It looks like he has branches off of the little spikes coming off of his back.
That is wild looking.
All the tube feet are down on the ground there, but that is really wild looking. Now, there's a genus called the Nerophonta, and it'll have the little spine-like projections coming off of the back, but they don't have any of those little side branches coming off of them. Yeah, that's great. That is definitely different.
Is there any chance that's new?
It is possible, yeah. I suppose we could collect it. Let's see if we see more before we... I know, famous last words. Could be the last one we ever see.
Do you want me to move the ship? Keep going. How's this?
Oh, there goes a fish. That was a halosaur.
Is this speed good for you? Okay. Alrighty. Bridge nav.
Yeah, and if you lose patience and want to speed up, by all means.
We do
just
20
wanted to give
meters
you
at
time when you first sat
020.
down. Because I had enough trouble remembering how to fly after a month off and a really good nap. Yeah, well, it was a little bit too good.
It's another Bathopathes. I think that was a stick on the ground right over there.
Like a wooden stick?
Like a piece of wood. Yeah, just to the left and and down. We saw some at the very beginning of the dive as well.
Huh.
Yeah. No, let's keep going.
Jeff, why do they call them cutthroat eels?
What's that?
Why do they call them cutthroat eels?
They have these sort of gill slits sort of right on their neck. They're kind of lower down, and it looks like something has cut their throat.
So they're not particularly merciless.
I can barely hear you on the speaker, Max.
Good to know.
But that was a great joke, though.
I love that.
Yeah, I heard it too. I kind of feel sorry for Jeff for missing it, though.
Yeah.
Jeff, I asked if they were particularly merciless.
Unknown?
Unknown. It's another crinoid there, a little orange crinoid. Looks like another hemicorallium coral on the left. Okay, thanks. Oh, fish. Big fish. I can't tell yet. Maybe. No worries.
Yeah, the craft has definitely handled worse than that.
Yeah, I think this is a different guy than we saw before. We'll get steadied up here and then we can zoom and then, yeah.
You're about to put a full wrap in. You have some room.
Yeah, the ship's not moving, just FYI.
Going for zoom.
He'll hit the rock and turn.
That's definitely a direction you can go. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna, yeah. I'll turn
Going wide.
for you. Yeah. With nothing moving, it's okay to be a little bit more downhill. It's not a great configuration for moving fast, but we're all sitting still. And we're here for the fish.
Yes, we are.
Zooming.
Jeff's here for the fish.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cusk eel. A little bit like Spectrunculus, but he's too light in color. And the fins are black. His lateral line is black. Oh, he's got divided first rays on the
Those are
fins.
beautiful
Look
fins.
at that. Oh, if we can get any more zoom on this, it would be really magnificent.
Let me know, Ryan. Yes, I can zoom more.
I'm thinking maybe Basogygus because of those divided rays. But it's not quite right. Oh, this, okay. I'm going to look this guy up later. I am pretty sure I can ID him, but it is not coming to me right now. But that is amazing. I can actually count the rays. If we can get him a little more in the center.
I still have a little bit more zoom left also.
Oh,
Okay, that is all the way.
okay, just turn a little to the right, buddy. A little to the right, fish. Oh, wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual rays on each bottom of each pectoral fin. Okay, that was great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Going wide?
Did you say you had a family name for that?
Yeah, it's Ophidiidae. Ophiiidae.
Sorry?
Yeah, but I turned
Zero.
off of it significantly. Yeah.
You're talking about heading 024 right now? Once you're back.
Yeah, felling fish is the surest recipe for ending up off in the rhubarb.
Off in the rhubarb.
Yeah.
I like that expression.
No. Yeah, so come up this, because this is actually a little bit of a cliff. And get yourself centered up. And figure out basically what the seafloor you want to follow for the next move is going to be.
There are a lot of small animals in the water here. Seeing all these little shrimps and plankton, and it's pretty impressive. Can we see if this is a crinoid right here?
Going for zoom?
So this is very similar to that last one we saw that had all the branches in the arms. Oh, that's a great zoom.
Going wide.
We have a request if we could zoom on the stem of that to see if there's anything on it.
Is that a little fish at the top of the screen?
Yeah, that was a halosaur. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll still be there when we finish with the crinoid. Doesn't look like anything is on the stem itself.
Zooming.
Yeah, if we can just kind of look right up the stalk. Yeah, just like this. Nope, nothing on the stalk. Okay, thanks.
Going wide.
So I'm still not quite pointed at 024 yet. So we'll get lined up for that. And then, like, especially in this sort of uneven terrain, I like to get the vehicle ahead of Atalanta and be on the terrain that I'm going to want to follow, looking at it sort of with a sense of how it's going to unfold in front of me. Especially one of the things I was looking at was the sonar and seeing that it gets pretty steep there. I don't know what that is. That could just be a single rock that will come up and over really quickly. But it's a little bit of a mystery so far. So let me see. So let me get closer to the 024. You said 024 is what you're following now?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, so bring yourself around to be more centered. Stretched out is totally fine. Just get a feel for the terrain you're going to be following.
So we're about 40 meters from waypoint 4, by the way. So we're almost there.
Jeff, can you
And
tell me a bit more about some of those
you can
deep
go
sea
down.
crinoids that we're seeing?
If you want to meet the terrain
About
again.
the which again?
The crinoids.
Because we've got like a delta of 6 because you're so stretched out.
Do you see that
So
sea
you
star?
can just come down.
Yeah, so the deep sea crinoids, those are sea lilies, the stalked crinoids, and those are actually a long time ago people thought they only knew them from the fossil record, and then in the very late 1800s people started sampling in the deep sea, and actually mid 1800s, and they captured some, and they realized that they still lived on Earth, and indeed almost all of these animals live in the deep ocean. And they're filter feeders, and those particular stock crinoids, we've seen 2 of those with the branched arms. I am not sure their identity, but I'm guessing they're known. We can certainly put them into a family and probably a genus. This is another one of these slime stars that we saw one of just a little while ago. There's a little shrimp or mysid swimming in front of it.
Going wide.
And so You kind of got your terrain in front of you. You're a little bit off to, you're facing a little bit too much to the left, but bring yourself back around to the direction you actually want to go and look at the terrain. And then our first move will be just 10 meters, just because we're sort of already up against that 20-meter ring.
So Chris Kelly just jumped in on the chat and said that that stalked crinoid was last identified as Phrynocrinidae, which is a family, I believe, and he is suggesting that it is a new genus. So I need to ask Chris if perhaps if we see another one of those, if we need to collect it.
Okay, so when you're ready for the move, you can ask for it.
Are we, Science, are we moving on from that, or is there a possibility you want to try to collect that one? Or
Give me just 1 minute here. I'm chatting with Chris Kelly online.
Okay.
Nope, he says no need to collect. They've got a couple of them already from the Capstone project, so we can move on.
Will do. Thank you. Bridge, nav. Can we please do 10 meters at bearing 024, 0.2 knots? Thank you.
And it's likely that this is actually a shallower slope than it looks like it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be zooming on those corals and, you know, keeping an eye on the, on where Atalanta is and whether, and the ship is moving and everything seems really chill. So your next move could be 10 or 20 meters, whichever you feel comfortable with. I think you can do 20 for your next one.
Good. Ready?
Things I factor into.
Bridge, nav.
Wait.
Can we please do a 10-meter move, 024.
Things I factor into, like whether I want to move up a cliff like quickly or not. One of the big ones is whether I'm heavy, because and you can move up these as slowly as you want. You have a ton of time, even if they're super steep. You have all the time in the world. But if you're moving fast and you're heavy, Herc will get left behind. Yeah, and that's not super fun. That's very stressful. I've had some close calls for sure. So I like to, like, when I'm coming up on something that I can't see the top of in the sonar, that's when I check the ballast. But I had recently checked it, so the
Is that
fact that our
fish?
Z bias is negative means that we're in good shape for that.
See a fish?
Fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's go look at this guy.
Yeah.
Go for zoom.
So graceful.
Now, this looks like Basacetus, but it's really, really shallow for this genus of fish. But that very much looks like Basacetus, which is another cusk eel. As you kind of getting a theme if you've been on this for a while. There's lots of cusk eels in these depths. Ah,
I'm gonna go wide, right?
is that him there?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. It's definitely strange terrain. So we're a little bit stretched out, so I think it's time to put in another move. Can do, yeah, you can do 10.
Bridge nav. Same move, please. 10 meters, 024.
A little more to the left.
Thank you.
No, but he was kind of down to the left there. And maybe he's still there, but maybe the fish is gone. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah.
Hey, Rye, is your microphone plugged into the pilot console intercom? Just wanted to double check. Okay. It's a bit quiet, but I just adjusted
Oh.
it. So
Right there is a little fish.
Very small.
zoom in. Yeah, call it out if I pass it. I don't see it either.
There he is.
Oh, yeah. Zoom in.
Oh, wow. I think this is a little baby halosaur, maybe. It's really small. Yeah, very, very hard.
Is that wider? Okay.
I think if we do another 10, it'll give you a little more maneuverability.
Bridge nav. Same move again, 10 meters, 024, please.
Right, you want me to pull all the way back now? So fair.
Oh, excellent. That's a halosaur.
With the direction you're going, you'll get really stretched out quickly. Not to say you can't do it. Just
All we need is
your leash
just a
short.
few second zoom on this guy, and he probably won't move very fast. So
Zooming.
that looks like Aldravandia.
Sounds like an elvish name.
It does, doesn't it?
Aldravandia.
All right, we just passed waypoint 4, by the way.
That's great. That's really good, actually. Thank you.
Good wide.
Hey Gabby, Rye. So how hard is it to operate or maneuver the ROVs?
Huh, that's a wild question.
Yeah, our viewer wants to know.
Not, I'm just making it look very hard.
It
Yeah.
takes a, okay, it's an interesting question. It takes a lot of practice, but I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Okay.
You have to practice a lot, and then it just becomes second nature, kind of like driving a car.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. Like a lot of times, because I'm really new to it, first thing is it's difficult to juggle all the extra stuff that's not just what you're doing on the joysticks, because that's all part of operating the vehicle as well, which is much harder than actually operating the vehicle. And then the second thing is you just kind of, if you don't have the muscle memory down, like sometimes I move the joysticks in the wrong direction of what I'm wanting to do. And with time, I imagine that doesn't happen, so.
Are you ready for another minute?
Yeah, I am
Bridge
ready.
nav. Can we please do 10 meters?
Awesome, thank you.
Bearing 018.
I think this is, I think we're kind of staring at what we're going up.
Fish.
Where?
Fish?
Oh,
Where?
Ooh.
Oh, there.
Right.
All right. just gonna get a bit closer. I'm pretty far off the seafloor right now.
It's really interesting. All the fish we keep seeing, they're all
Zoom
cusk
video?
eels. We haven't seen any
Going for
rat
zoom.
tails yet. And I'm pretty sure, yep, that's another cusk eel. Different kind, but
You have more zoom video?
Or zoom.
Yeah, alright. We'll get a better shot of him.
yeah.
Okay. You want to zoom even more?
So this looks like Basocetus again.
Alright, go wide video. I got something right next to me.
Going wide.
A little paranoid about. Okay.
Yeah, Chris Kelly is saying there's an unbranched bamboo coral on the right. Yeah, there's been quite a few of those, mostly lower down on the slope, back towards 15 and 1600 meters. Yeah, that big tall coral. Let's zoom on the fish first, because the fish is going to move, and we can come back to the coral. Yeah.
Zooming.
That is not Basocetus. That almost looks like Pycnocrespidum or something like that. Yeah, Lamprogrammus. That's... We just need to get this fish to turn sideways once for us.
Oh, it's doing it.
Come on, buddy. Hit the rock and turn.
Looks like it's drifting.
Do we want to punch in a little more? Copy.
Oh. Here we go. Turn.
And we are all
Yeah,
English.
okay. That's definitely Lamprogrammus. Chris Kelly is thinking maybe Lamprogrammus brunswiggi, and I'm not sure of the species, but those really pronounced lateral line scales there, and that big, robust head, that is definitely Lamprogrammus.
It's beautiful.
Looks so grumpy.
Yeah, he does. This fish looks grumpy.
So cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great video right there.
How big is this?
Oh yeah, can we turn the lasers on real quick?
Yes, we can.
Shoot.
Okay. Yeah, this fish is about a foot long. It's about,
Yeah.
I got it, yeah. That was great, thank you.
What type of fish was that?
So that's another one of these fish in this really big family called the cusk eels.
Cusk eels.
And so many of the deep water ones don't have any common names, so we have to go by the scientific names. And this one is Lamprogrammus, and we're not sure of the species.
Right, you want me to plug
Lamprogrammus
some?
something.
Okay. So we've been only seeing cusk eels. So did you have like, is a question like, did you have an expectation of like biological community wise? Like, would it be different or?
Yeah, I
same?
expected cusk eels, and we've seen cutthroat eels as well, and I expected some of those, but the one group of fishes that we haven't seen that I thought we would are called rat tails.
Rat tails.
And they're deep sea relatives of things like cod. And I expected that we would see some up here, but we haven't seen a single one yet.
Would you like to move on?
Just the eels.
Yes. I think we can keep going.
Nice. Thanks, Jeff.
Can we actually check out that coral right there?
Go for zoom.
And I think we're going to want to see that branching yellow one to the left as well after we're done with this guy.
Copy.
Yeah.
Zooming. And it's the one on the left-hand side right here. Gotcha. Very nice.
So this is a little acanthogorgid, or maybe a plexaurid. If we see one that is like that that's out in the open, Brian wanted to sample one. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's zoom out a little bit and take a look
Would
at
we want to try and suction it?
Let's zoom out first and take a look at a couple of the other corals that are sort of below and to the left of us. Let's just see what all the options are before we make a choice. Yeah, the one right by the lasers right now. Let's zoom on that. I think that's the same thing. So, well, I think that yellow one, I think we're going to try to sample a piece of that. But before you do that, just a little bit to the left, there were a couple of others, and I just want to make sure the little lyrite one I think we can skip, but there's a bigger one just down and to the left. And I don't know what that was, but
Oh man. Zooming.
so the lyrite one, Chris Kelly is saying is probably Calyptrophora angularis. And this one we're looking at now, you can see the segments on it. This is a bamboo coral.
Yes, I sure do.
Yeah, and let's just zoom so we can see the branching sequence, particularly down towards the base.
We are all the way zoomed.
That is a beautiful coral. Great. Okay, we're going to go back up to the wall there and sample that yellow Paramuriceid. And if we can just sample a little bit of it.
Do you have a sense of how it is, whether it's going to be brittle or a little sprungy? Yeah, things like that. Negative, neutral.
I do not know. I'm sorry.
It's not made of fish.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Of fish?
Oh no. Fish are made many different ways.
Yeah, see, I was going to say yeah. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, this is not an easy spot at all. It's really a very challenging spot.
We can try to move on and find another one too.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. All right.
This is a really good one.
Okay.
I would porch out a bit to give yourself the room. So yeah, get the, yeah.
You want me to go full wide? I am. Okay.
Okay, porch coming out. Because that gives you a little bit of room to maneuver. And now you're kind of just going to push straight in. I doubt any amount of down is going to be okay. You're going to want your auto head on, most likely. And then I think you're going to want to push straight in. You might even wedge your, well, no. So get to, you might, yeah. You're definitely above it right now. So I would go down so that it's right in front of you, and then you can get a better feel for what the rock's like. Oh, definitely, yeah. Yep, a few bonks are always healthy. Yeah, and then just sort of push around until it makes sense. You're definitely going to want to be more to the port. So it's, yeah, laterally to port. So that, because the arm's not really going to reach, you're starting to get into territory that'll be reachable comfortably. Yeah. And if you use your lower cam, it'll tell you when you're actually low enough for a sample. So actually you're getting really close. That's actually kind of great. That could be really good. And in this case, you might just want down. Maybe a little bit of forward, but so maybe down and forward. And then if this doesn't work, you can try nosing in with the other side of the porch, just below the yellow. But landing for something like this is really just about trying stuff. But yeah, that lower camera is going to tell you whether you're lined up. You don't want to be reached. Yeah, it's just not. It just makes it harder to see and harder to reach. And it seems pretty good. Because you don't want to be in too, yeah, you don't want to be in too close, because then you don't have enough room to move the arm.
Are we trying to sample that? Are we trying to sample that? Okay.
So, Jeff, we got a couple options here. We can, if it's brittle, we might just want to put it in a box. But if it's springy, I mean, either way, we can probably snip and slurp, or we can put it in a box. If it's neutral, the box isn't the best idea. It's going to be going in the starboard box, most likely, because I think the forward box has floaties in it.
Yeah, it already has that the pathies in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, snipping and slurping it might be the best. We don't want to, I'd rather not take an enormous chunk of it. We just kind of, maybe...
Yeah, just a little snip off the end. Yeah, if that's the case, I like the snip and slurp. I think that might be the way to go. Did you want to try, Rye? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Rye.
Yeah. Yeah, I can set you up so that you can start to get ready with the arm.
Asako says the yellow one is not brittle.
It is not brittle. Oh, that's
Not
great.
brittle.
That'll make your life easier as you line up for it, because you can touch it a little bit to see exactly where your jaws are on it, so you can just get that tiny piece. And then when you close on it, it's not going to just crumble apart in the jaws and try and escape. So yeah, springy is going to be good. Back. It's on the right-hand side. It's one of the two knobs, and you have to pull it out. I think it's, I don't know which one it is. You'll have to try. Yes. Yeah, and you know, when you line yourself up, do it with your jaws open for a while, and or half open. I know you're really good at modulating the jaws, so. Yeah. We absolutely can change it. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it might be pinned against the rock too, so you're gonna wanna probably yaw a little bit one direction, or probably yaw left in order to give yourself some room to get it out of there. Yeah, but I can't tell you why. Yes, yes it is. I had to like put it in my hand mentally. Yeah. Yeah, so the only problem with scraping it, so the arm can take scrapes, is that it's probably going to knock you off. So expect that to be the consequence. Like the arm can take a scratch or two. Yep, you need to halt, and then you need to unstick lock yourself. Those are your first two steps. Science, can you tell me which jar we're going to be using for a slurp?
We need to go in number 3 or above.
Okay.
Yep, there are samples in the first 2.
Jeff, I think you might be muted.
Yeah, nice.
I think you might be muted.
So I'm going to line you up a little bit more on the coral. And you remember the direction you want the jaws to go, right?
Jeff, I think you might be muted. I can't hear you. Okay.
Which side you want the blade to be on? Okay, why don't you take a look at it and figure it out? And you remember that it's probably going to drift. I think it's drifting open right now. Okay. Dang, you're good at that. That is, I think that's one of the harder skills with this arm, is getting the jaws to feather just right. Spin it all the way around. They're both top and bottom have blades. We're just looking at the front and the back, if that makes sense. So right now you're looking at the blade side. And the other side is the gripper side. Now yeah. So which side do you want facing you when you make this cut? Yeah, because the blade will snip it, and then the gripper will hold your newly snipped piece, as opposed to holding the thing you want to stay on the rock. So video, when you do zooms while we're doing like manipulator work, oftentimes we're trying to keep a certain portion of the arm in view. In this case, it might be like a portion of the wrist, as well as the jaws. So those zooms are going to sort of be, that's going to give you a sense of how much of a zoom you want for something like this. But yeah, let's get a bit of a zoom.
Okay, copy.
That's good right there. So right now you kind of got something perfect going on, which is you've got the whole wrist and the jaws and the sample in the frame. And that can be really helpful.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, so you kind of want to take the end off of it to, yes, yes, awesome. Yes. And you don't have to keep yourself, you can re-index your yaw so that you're not holding it over like that. So that you're holding it straight. But that's really about what you prefer. And give yourself a little jaw rotate so your jaw is straight up and down. There. Maybe even a little bit more. Nope, nope, that was good. Maybe even a little more that direction. Yeah. Yep.
Oh. There you go. Yeah.
And then once you've grabbed it, rotate your wrist a couple times, back and forth. That helps it cut.
You got it.
Nice job.
Nice.
Now get that jaw locked. There you go. Okay, now go wide video. Now we have to deal with the fact that you're not in a good position to do the slurp, really. Which is fine. That's easily fixed. Yeah. Video. So the slurp is pretty black. So we'll need a little bit more iris in order to see. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say the slurp?
Totally.
Okay.
The tube. How are we feeling about that for iris?
Yeah. So
Can you drop it on the metal plate?
I would prefer not to.
Okay.
This is, I would go, yeah. Pitch down. And video, can we get a half zoom?
Absolutely.
And rotate your jaws more. I don't even know how to describe which way. Just pick a way and see if you can get more view of what's going on. Yeah, there you go. So you can see better now. Why don't you reposition the vehicle? Yeah, I think so. I think you'll, have a better chance of a successful sample that way. Yeah. I don't always. That's really dealer's choice. You don't want to bump it or anything like that, but often if you're doing a quick reposition, like I know people who will just like do a lot of flying like that. If you're like way laid back and doing really fast samples, you just like, just get the the starboard corner of the porch so that it's doesn't have stuff in your way. Sounds awesome. Yeah.
Good Wyatt.
At the beginning of this watch, I basically underestimated how disorienting it was to fly. Yeah. The thing that I do for a living.
I thought you guys said this was all pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
It's definitely like driving a car.
From a mile away.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Driving a car from a mile away. Interesting point. Okay. Yeah. So,
You want to zoom?
okay, well, I'll let you puzzle with this for a little while. Yes. Oh, we've had the HD retracted this whole time. I don't know why we have, but. Okay.
Totally. Go even higher if you'd like. Okay, zoom in.
Noel?
She can't hear me.
No, I can hear
Science.
you. Yeah, jar 3 is good.
Jar 3 is good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm turning suction on now. And if we can see it affect the sample, then we're on the right track. No dice, hey? So the next thing to do is to sort of try and nudge the suction hose out to the edge of the porch. And since we don't have the ball anymore, I would do, this is going to be very fiddly, I would do it at the hose clamp. It's your literal job now. Oh, yeah. That's part of it. And I'll keep an eye on the end of the schnozzle and let you know if you've actually made progress. Because I can see that quite well in upper. Beauty. Keep going. Nice. And see if, yeah, no, you're doing a fabulous job. Now see if you can, if you put it down gently, see if it sticks a little bit out. You sure did do it by the hose clamp. That's awesome. Nice job. To let go, do you have an idea of how you might be able to let go? How about something else? That's definitely a way. That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking wrist roll. You could have let it slip off. So it's not quite. I'm going to porch in just a little bit. I'll do it slowly. That'll give you a little bit more to work with. It won't have quite the same pull. And I think that if you, try the wrist roll just because I think it's going to be a really gradual set down and you might be able to keep some of the length. Nope, too much. Can you move your jaws out of the way so I can see? Still don't quite have it. Didn't quite get, you got a little bit of, but not enough. Yeah, you could even just nose it, if you can just nose it to the right, that might be enough to get yourself some overhang. Yeah. Can you get it to stay there? Mm. No, I did not hear that.
In the top camera?
We can try. We can definitely try.
Do you still see it? Ah, thanks for letting me know.
We can try. There's a chance, you know, when you set it down that you lose it, that it like poofs away. The best way to set it down is going to be not dropping it, but like laying it down. But then you're going to have to pick up the suction hose and move it. Well, yeah. Not really. You could try setting it down. I can always, if you can't, I think you can grab the suction hose, no problem. If you can't, I can always do it. Yeah. I'm picking this because if we just sort of let it go in front of the hose without knowing, like we're dropping it in such a way that we can't get it back. Whereas if we drop it over the weight, we still have the option to get it back, even if it, you know, takes off a little bit. And now I'm actually going to give you some porch back. More coming. There we go. That's all we got. You may not be able to lay it all the way down, but the closer you can get to the weights as you do it, the better off you're going to be. I was thinking cut side first because I think it's going to be closer. Beautiful. Nice job. That's awesome. That's really great. Yeah. Beautiful job. Nice.
Nice.
Well done. Good idea, Jeff. I'm sorry we didn't start there.
No worries.
I've been burned before. Corals are all so different, and they have so many different ways that they respond to being left to their own devices. Yeah. Nice job. So you're now in a position where like it's almost not going to be able to, the hose is almost not going to be able to make the bend. So you're going to have to like pull it out and sort of, yeah. And yeah, exactly. Before you can turn it. And then, so you're going to pull it out, turn it, and then you can make the suction. Nice grab, by the way. Yeah. And now you can turn it. I'm just going to turn on suction now. So as soon as you're in the right neighborhood, you can just get it. There you go. You've got suction on. There you go.
Nice.
Very nice. It
See
may
a
be
piece
caught
of
in
it?
that bend,
Oh,
or did it go in?
Did
I
you
saw
see
it
the
in
big
I
piece?
saw it in jar 3.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
Okay. Suction's off.
I don't know why it's not dropping back down. but-
Oh, I just turned it off, so
Okay.
hopefully it'll drop in a sec. Nice job.
Nice job, Rye.
Yeah, beautiful job.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, you got to try a bunch of different methods of stuff. Oh, really? Oh, we had the knob on there, though. That was terrible.
All right, there it is. It just
Beautiful.
dropped.
Okay, great.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Okay. Really, really classy sample, Rye.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nicely stowed.
We're going to head uphill now.
Yep. When you pick up, I can porch in for you.
All right, let's head uphill.
You guys tell me when you want me to put the move in.
Okay.
Let's check. Thank you. And if you guys want to hop on SPL, thank you.
Sorry,
No worries.
Okay. And we're still heading direction
Right now we're doing 16 degrees.
16.
Yeah.
I'll get around that way, and I'm kind of centered. Oh, auto XY is probably why I can't.
Derek, that was sample
You just put
008
yourself
if you need
in it.
Say that again.
That was sample
You have
008.
auto head on, though.
Thank you.
Thank you. There we go.
Nope, you just put yourself in auto depth.
Thank you.
The green light is
Yeah,
where you're
I
going.
see. Okay. There we go.
And do you know how to check whether you're in any of those autos by just looking at your screen?
No,
Yeah, okay. So
actually.
put yourself in auto head,
Okay. Ah, okay.
and then that's a really good way to check whether you're in auto alt or auto depth,
Yeah, okay.
because you can't be in both.
Bridge nav.
Okay.
Could we please do a move 15 meters bearing 016.2 knots? 0.2. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. I'm pretty stretched out right now, but I will.
Not too bad.
Go
Yeah,
this
it'll correct fast.
way. Yeah. Okay. We got some stuff coming up. Nice.
Some Metallogorgia, some other Chrysogorgid.
Yeah.
Let's keep going though, we've seen those guys.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just kind of waiting for Atalanta to start catching up, so.
Yeah, sorry, I'm lollygagging.
Yeah, hurry up.
Mm.
Keep
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Bridge nav. Can we please do another move, the same? 15 meters, bearing 016. Thank you.
Oh, let's zoom on that sponge there.
Yeah, okay. Go for zoom video.
Zooming.
That's great. I'm not sure which one this is. Oh, Saccocalix.
Okay, go wide.
Going wide.
That's a nice zoom though.
So same as that other one we saw earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna keep going up.
And it was looking like there were more corals up ahead of us. So
Yeah, we're kind of,
yeah.
that's sort of, I'm gonna keep facing this rock formation and
Just watch out about getting off in the cabbage there.
yeah, I'm kind of moving this way into your screen.
Okay. I'm also going to move, I'm also going to change heading so I'm closer to the 016 heading that
Perfect.
we're all traveling on.
Yeah, and I want to look at these corals that are right above. Did you want to zoom on any of these sirens?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Go for zoom video.
Zooming.
This is another one of these yellow bamboos.
All right. And did you want the other one?
Yeah, zoom in more on the base of the yellow one.
Okay.
So we can really see if
Okay.
we've got nodes there.
Go for zoom.
Yeah, go more zoom. And I'm just gonna float up. There we go.
Thank you, a 3D pineapple.
Thank you. Oh, this one's hard.
Got a shrimp on there too.
Oh yeah, you got a little shrimp. I'm gonna drift into this rock soon. There we go. Hey. Science, you want to let me know if that's enough of a zoom on that?
That is good, yep.
Okay, perfect, because we're going to do a changeover, so. Go wide video?
Going wide. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No, that's okay. Okay.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to do a shift change here. So everybody online, thanks for joining us. And got a whole nother team moving in to take over for us.
What else? Is there anything else?
Okay. Sorry. I thought
All right. That's loud. Inside the coral? I think so. Yeah. Maybe get a better view around this side.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Nice and spooky, starting out strong.
Yeah. Halloween spiders.
They eat cnidarians. They like stick their proboscis in anemones and things and suck out the insides.
Spooky.
Yeah. The only spookier animal I can think of is the rhizocephalin. It's a type of barnacle that is parasitic on crabs and shrimps, and it grows throughout the body of the host. And so its like body is like this like intertwined web throughout its host.
Can we zoom real quick on that red thing?
Yeah. Spider?
Yeah. The Colossinidice. Giant sea spider.
Video, whenever you're set up over there, you can get a zoom.
On it?
Yep, on the spider.
Nice and spooky.
Thank you much.
Yep.
Do you want to zoom out?
You can hold it for a second.
They're just all leg.
They really are.
And it goes really well with this S1 clade bamboo coral.
Nice. All right, come wide. Can you come up a couple meters on the winch, Sarah? Thanks.
Oh, and lots of nice sponges. There's another Regitrella and Corbitellid and a Caulophacus and an Acanthascus. Well, it's a little bit different of a community than when we left our last watch.
Yeah, quite a bit different.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot more of these Paramuriceids, Plexaurids, now Acanthogorgiidae. Now everything's like all the taxonomy's been rearranged for that group a lot. So the yellow corals. I think they just collected one of those. And then the Calyptrophora, there's a lot of Calyptrophora. Little Phareid, glass sponge. Ooh. Oh, Victorgorgia, that purple.
Purple thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can we look at that little stick? I think it's a carnivorous sponge.
On the right side of the wall, right here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can go for a bit of a zoom there.
Oh no, it's a bamboo coral.
Little bamboo coral.
I was getting excited. I wanted to make it something different. That's why we gotta zoom. Sometimes from far away, things look alike.
Do you want me to pull back up?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and there's an arella.
Megan, the range to waypoint 5, is that about, can you give us an estimate?
Looks like about 200 meters.
Roger, thanks. Yeah, I think we'll want to try to
Try to make some tracks.
make some
Yeah,
tracks,
floating
and then, because there's quite a bit of terrain at the top where
Oh yeah.
I'm expecting there to be interest.
Okay. Can I give you a DVL reset?
Go for it.
There you go. And let's move 20 meters, 015.
$20 meters, 015.
Bridge
right.
nav.
Fish.
Good morning. We're ready for a ship move. We'd like to move 20 meters, 015 at
Get a zoom
0.3
on
knots.
this fish here.
You want me to zoom?
Yep, you can go for zoom.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, it's a little tiny fish. Oh, what kind of fish are you?
I don't know.
I'm looking to see if there's a dorsal fin. I think it might be another, like a similar to the one that we slurped earlier. Another little cusk eel. Yeah, looks... Looks cusk eel-like.
Yep.
It's a very little one.
All right.
Nice Chrysogorgia geniculata. There's some squat lobsters in there too. Lots of these plexaurids that are no longer called plexaurids.
What are they called now, Megan?
They're in the family Acanthogorgiidae, because now everything's Acanthogorgiidae. But before that, they were in the Paramuriceid, and that didn't last long.
What made the change?
So there's been a lot of genetic work done, and so things have been found to be more similar, and there have been some papers that have come out redescribing some of these coral families and reorganizing a lot of the octocorals. Lots of taxonomy. So when we look at the videos like this, we're always looking for visual cues on how to tell these animals apart. And sometimes things look very, very different, and they tend to be the same. And other times things look very similar, but then they tend to be different. And then genetically, we'll get a different story. And it's been a challenge to sort of resolve some of those things, especially for people like me who work really hard to be able to tell things apart just by visual cues. And then you have to relearn everything. But we do have a really high diversity here of things. So many really neat animals. Ooh, there's a Rodaniridogorgia. You see the sort of small spirally one? Kind of looks like a Ridogorgia over by the pink coral.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Unless it's a Ridogorgia splendens. So there's been some work on these too. The way to tell the difference is like how tight the spiral is. So Ridogorgia will have a very distinct coil spiral, and then a Rodaniridogorgia will be more zigzaggy. So actually I think this is a Ridogorgia, but it's different than some of the other ones that we were seeing earlier in the dive. And it looks more similar to the Iridogorgia splendens, whereas before we were seeing Iridogorgia bella and Iridogorgia magnispiralis. So lots of different species, even in the same genus, on this one seamount. Really cool. How's this wall feeling, Jake? Very vertical?
Yeah, pretty vertical. Get a sense for it. Look that way.
Oh, wow, yeah. That'll give you a little bit of vertigo. The back row's being very quiet. Are they sleepy? We haven't done introductions yet.